So post UFC 322, welterweight has had a bunch of movement, man. Look at all those up and down arrows. This division is on fire at the moment. It's super fun. One of the best divisions currently in the UFC. And I'm here to talk about what matchups need to happen, who's getting title shots, who doesn't deserve title shots, and what fighters look the most promising at the moment. This weekend, we just had JDM, Islam, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, Sean Brady, and Leon Edwards all fight. The whole division is moving around. Everybody is calling for their shot. And I am here to tell you guys who is going to fight who. This upcoming weekend, we do have Ian Gary versus Bilal Muhammad. As much as I hate to say it, I do think Ian Gary is going to win that fight. After watching what Carlos Prates did to Leon Edwards, I mean, Ian Gary just has great lateral footwork, and he could do it for at least 4 whole rounds, right? He could just run around the octagon, peppering you with shots, finding moments to get in the clinch, and just outpoint you. He has a really boring fight style, but he knows how to score points. He knows how to stay out of range. And even though Bilal Muhammad does do a lot of pressuring, I don't think he's going to do a great job of cutting off the cage. And I think he's just going to get pieced up over the course of 5 rounds. Not as bad as he got pieced up against JDM, but I do think he will be absorbing some damage. I don't think he's going to be able to find the takedowns. And I think Ian Gary has a reasonable chance to be next for the title, especially if he looks dominant over Bilal Muhammad and does something like get a finish. I think you could see it just because of the selling point that this could be like a Khabib McGregor 2.0. Although that narrative doesn't make sense at all. Ian Gary's nothing like McGregor, but they have the Irish versus the Russian, the Irishman versus the Russian man narrative. Then we have JDM coming off a loss to Islam Makhachev. As much as I don't want to see it, I think that JDM, I think what makes most sense for JDM up next, quite honestly, Kamaru Usman, another wrestler, but Kamaru Usman is closer to Bilal than he is to an Islam Makhachev. Kamaru Usman has shown time and time again he can control somebody up in the clinch against the cage, but he can't control somebody on the ground, which is something that a lot of these American wrestlers have. They can take you down, but they can't keep you down, right? And I think that would be a perfect showcase for JDM. Kamaru Usman has been calling for a title shot, and Islam Makhachev did say that he would want to fight him. But bro, beating Joaquin Buckley should not be getting you a title shot whatsoever. You shouldn't even be in the conversation for a title shot. I understand that Kamaru Usman was a long reigning champion, but bro, Kamaru Usman's resume isn't even that impressive. He's not Marab. He's not. I won't even say he's not like Marab, where he's actually cleaned out the top of his division. The guy beat Masvidal twice. He beat Colby Covington twice, and he beat Tyron Woodley for the belt, and then got slimed out by Leon Edwards, bro. Kamaru Usman, overrated legacy, not that great of a lightweight or of a welterweight. Give that boy JDM. I don't think JDM took a lot of damage against Islam Makhachev, and unless he has an underlying injury that he came into the fight with, I think he's gonna be having a quick turnaround. I think we'll see him in January or February. One of those cards where he could celebrate Christmas, but be in the gym early January, so probably February, which I think would be a good timeline for Usman's next fight, so he could get those knees ready, buddy. Then we have Michael Morales, another guy who could be calling for the title shot. But honestly, I would just love to see Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates. Carlos Prates also called for a title shot, but after losing to Ian Gary, I don't think he could jump over Ian Gary despite having 2 wins since. I do think Michael Morales versus Carlos Prates is the fight to make. I would love to see that fight for 5 rounds, but I don't think it's getting very far, bro. I think Carlos Prates puts out Michael Morales. Like I said, bro, his that right hand every time he threw it against Sean Brady, it just looked terrible. And against a proper sniper like Carlos Prates, who comes in here with nice long twos and covers a great amount of distance when he wants to, I think Carlos Prates gets Michael Morales out of there. But Michael Morales is undefeated, and nobody's undefeated in the UFC without a reason, right? Like he's I think 19-0 now. You don't get to 19-0 just fluking your way through a career, unless of course you're Khabib Nurmagomedov fighting a bunch of bums. But all that aside, I'm telling you, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, that is the fight to make. Fun welterweight matchup. And after that fight, I think that is a clear cut #1 contender. Then Shavkat Rakhmonov, man, where is this guy? I can't even remember. His last fight was still against Ian Gary, wasn't it? This guy just like completely vanished off the map. People talk about he has crazy injuries. Then he goes on Twitter, says he doesn't. They haven't announced a fight of his in a really long time. But he needs to get back into the title picture, right? And I think Shavkat Rakhmonov takes on the loser of Bilal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. I think that's the best fight to make for him upon his return. There's no news about him recently that I know of. And I think that's honestly just the best thing to do right now. Get him up against the loser of what I think is a #1 contender fight for Ian Gary. And if Ian Gary loses, that does mix up the division a bit, because then I don't think Bilal is a #1 contender, which then would throw probably Morales or Prates into the title picture, or even Usman. But man, I really pray they don't give a title shot to Usman, bro, because I think that's just free legacy for Islam Makhachev, and I can't have Islam Makhachev grinding out free legacy. And then, guys, a man who could throw a wrench into everything that I just said. If you look right over to Islam Makhachev's right, our left, you have the slime god himself, the man who slimes your favorite fighter, Ilya Topturo. Bap, 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 bap. Bro, Ilya Topuria could just slither his way into welterweight for a huge mega fight. Double champ versus double champ. Both of them undefeated for both of their belts, right? Ilya Topuria never lost a featherweight belt. Islam Makhachev never lost a lightweight belt. I mean, there is a world where Ilya Topuria comes up after sliming out the winner of Sarukian versus Dan Hooker and slimes out Makhachev as well, bro. That is very much so a possibility. Aside from that, you have Sean Brady, who slid all the way down to #7. I think that's an easy one. You give him Joaquin Buckley, right? That's how you get Joaquin Buckley into the top 10, if he's able to overcome somebody like Sean Brady. And it would be a good test to see if he improved the grappling after coming off that loss to Usman. That's an easy matchup to make. Then Gabriel Bonfim. Honestly, 11 to 15, you could just toss them all together. There's probably some guys who want to slime out Colby Covington more than others. Um, what a world, right? We are coming off Colby Covington having 3 title shots in this welterweight division, and now he's number 13, man. And I think a lot of the top 5 guys slime out Colby Covington bad, bro. Imagine Colby Covington against like Carlos Prates, Michael Morales, Shavkat Rakhmonov, even Ian Gary, man. JDM, Islam Makhachev, bro. Murderers, bro. How was Colby Covington ever a top 5 fighter in this division? The shift in talent has been crazy. But yeah, man, those are the matchups that I would make at welterweight. This division looks crazy. Let me know what you guys think about the welterweight division at the moment. Where you guys think it's gonna go? Do you guys like the matchups that I made? Do you guys think Topuria should be coming up, or should he just be at lightweight and take over that division for a little while and just establish himself as a reigning champion, as opposed to a guy that just hopscotching from division to division, sliming out champions? Let me know down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.